Hey everybody, welcome back to Live Life Simple. Today we're in the freeze drying room, but we're not doing freeze drying. We're gonna go over a new product today that has kind of changed my whole food preservation game. We're gonna review and do an unboxing and a comparison of the new Avid Armor Ultra Series X. It's the newest model of the USV. Very similar to the USV 32, but the new and improved model. We're gonna do all that coming up. I've been using this Avid Armor USV 32 for just about 6 months now, and it's really kind of forced me to up my whole food preservation game, and I really like it. I've promoted it to a lot of people who have also enjoyed it. But today we're gonna unbox this new one. We're gonna compare it a little bit with the 32, see what has improved, see what has changed, and see if it's worth buying the new model. Before I unbox this, I do want to mention a couple things. I am not paid by Avid Armor other than I am an affiliate with them because I like their products that they put out, and I'm glad to share what I find out and my positive experiences with new people. Second, I paid full price for this Avid Armor. It was not given to me, so I don't want you to think my vision is skewed or anything on this. And also, this box is totally unopened. I haven't messed with it because I really like to give you guys my general reaction to things. I always try and be as transparent as I possibly can on this channel, and I want you guys to feel that and experience that. So we have another little thing. This is just the test dummy that they send with all the Avid Armors. Looks like a power cord, some information. This is new. It looks like an attachment for the side. We're gonna get into that later. First thing right off the bat, I want to talk about the prices. There is a price difference, and even though this is the newer, I don't know if it's nicer model, it is less than the USV 32. This one is currently $429. This one is $599, and hopefully today we can figure out why. That's the price listed on their website. If you stick around to the end of today's video, I'm going to give you 10% off with a coupon code, so stick around to the end of the video. Well, my first impressions is that the footprint is smaller than the 32. So what I'm hoping is that did not decrease our size in bags that can be sealed. This one has a bit of a different finish. It's kind of the more popular black stainless color as opposed to the stainless of the USV 30. A lot of the same similar buttons. It does look like it's a little simpler this time. There's just a 1, 2, and 3 on the seal time and also on the vacuum time. Then we have the auto vac and seal button, the seal button, and the marinate button. Very similar. But first I'm going to push the USV 32 aside. We're not reviewing that today. We're really just using that as a comparison. I want to unbox this completely, see what all this comes with, and kind of give you some quick specs and features of it. So we have not one, but 2 of these vacuum sealing attachments. We also have the official user manual. It looks like some bags if you wanted to use the see-through type Mylar bags for marinating meats or whatever you wanted to food store. Let's check out the chamber. And there we have our first major difference between the 2 USVs, and that's this little port right here. And this is going to give you the ability to seal ball jars and mason jars with an attachment that is sold separately. I did try to buy one before I made this video and they were sold out. So as soon as I can get that, I'll try and do a review or a video on that as well. And the next difference I'm seeing is that this vacuum chamber is plastic as opposed to stainless steel in the USV 32. This sealing bar also looks like it is a tad bit smaller, and it looks like it is just a tad over 10 inches, and the USV 32s is about 11 5/8, so it is a little bit longer. They are both double seal, which I really like about the Avid Armors is their double seal. Let's put these side by side because I want to see if it's going to affect the size of bag that we can seal. I usually use a 10x14 and an 8x12 Mylar bag. I do a 5 mil usually, sometimes a 7 mil when I'm doing freeze drying. That fits in the USV 32. It's a little tight on the 10x14s, but it does the job. You notice that this chamber is a little bit smaller. The USV 32 is about 12 inches wide and about 12 inches deep. The USVX is about 10 inches deep and about 10 3/4 wide. So you can see a 10 by 14 will actually slip down in these grooves and it will fit inside of the chamber. The USVX, however, it's a little long. So you could trim the bags just a bit, or you could just put less food in the 10 by 14s. I'm imagining that it will still do a 10 by 14. The bar looks like it is wide enough to catch it. This is kind of slick though. You can actually slip the Mylar bag under this little clip and it will hold it in place right before you vacuum seal. So that's pretty cool. All right, I think it's time for a test seal. So I have a 10 by 12 Mylar bag. This is a 5 mil bag. I'm gonna fill it with some cashews so we can kind of get that dramatic effect of the vacuum seal. And then I'm gonna place this under that little clip, which is really handy. I think I like that quite a bit. Close the lid. We're going to change the vacuum level to 3. If you had a really delicate type of food, then you would want to do 1, 2 in the middle, obviously. On the seal time, the thing that I really like about Avid Armor is it will seal a freeze drying type Mylar bag. There's not very many vacuum sealers out there that will do that. I know the Avid Armor will do that. So for that, I would go up to a seal time of 3. That's just going to hold the seal on to get through that thick Mylar bag. Then I'm going to hit auto vac and seal. That's going to pull that lid down, and all the while you have kind of some progress lights right here is telling you how far along you are in the whole thing. All right, and then it's going to introduce the air back into the chamber while sealing it. Boom, there you go. So now we should have a vacuum sealed bag of cashews, and you can see the wow factor of it. It just takes all of the air out, gives you a really good quality finished product. So with the external hose port, you can actually use Avid Armor's port, or I'm sure you can use the aftermarket ones too. All it's really doing is just creating a vacuum, a small external vacuum chamber for a ball jar, which is really handy. I do wish that they would make a bigger one, just like the USV 32 with the same attachment. I thought that's what the USVX was, but it looks like it's not. So let's go over some pros and cons and some differences between these two machines. The USVX, it is a little bit smaller. I don't think that if you were doing 10 by 14s all the time that you would want to do it. I do think that you could probably squeeze a 10 by 14 bag in here, but you're not going to be able to fill it completely or as full as with this the USV 32. The overall construction and quality a little bit less on this new USVX. This one does seem like it's built a little bit better, and it has a few more bells and whistles. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The readout is a little different. It has the vacuum gauge. The seal bar also is bigger on this, so you can actually go a little bit wider than 10 inches. I don't know if that's a common size of Mylar bag. Not something I use, but for different things. Both of these work very excellent. They will both seal freeze drying Mylar bags, which are these style bags. Obviously they will also do these other clear type food storage bags that you use commonly. USV 32 does come with some extra parts and pieces. It comes with an extra door seal. It comes with this chamber filling foam piece. That's probably not really that big a deal. And it also comes with an extra heat seal bar, because they don't last forever. There is a big price difference, about $170 or $180 between the two. So if you're doing 8 by 12 bags, you should be totally fine with this USVX. And it's also nice because it has that external port attachment, which I was really hoping was going to work. It obviously will still work with my mason jars, but I can't do my 10 by 14 bags in it like I usually do. I would have to step down to an 8 by 12 to do normally, or something smaller than a 10 by 14. Which is bad news for me, but good news for you, because we're going to be giving this USVX away on our Facebook group. All you have to do is go to the Facebook group and then go to our store, freezedryingsupplies.com, register yourself as a customer, and we'll have all the instructions on the Facebook group, but you can win this USVX. And I told you if you stuck around to the end of the video, I was going to give you 10% off on any of Avid Armor's products if you use our coupon code. But first I want to tell you to subscribe subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We do primarily freeze drying, food storage, gardening, we do some homesteading type stuff. So take a second to do that. You can do that by clicking right over here. And one more thing, if you enjoyed the video, you found it useful, just let us know by hitting that thumbs up button. So to get your 10% off, all you need to do, you can go down into the description of this video, just click show more. That'll drop down and it'll show our link to Avid Armor. You go to their site, you go to checkout, and when you go to checkout, you put in the promo code Live Life Simple. That's going to give you 10% off whether you buy the USV32, the USV20, the USVX, any of their products, any of their accessories. That's a pretty healthy discount, 10%. That's hard to come by these days. In the meantime, this is Retired at 40. Thanks for sticking around. Remember to live life simple. We'll catch you next week.